Alright guys, we're back in the garage again with the 2005 Chrysler 300. Today we're going to be changing out the fuel injector on the 3.5. I'm going to show you guys how to take the intake, and I'm going to show you guys how to take the fuel rail loose so that way that you can swap that out. You're going to want to unplug your plugs here on the front all the way around. Pretty much anything that's connected to it you're going to want to pull off. You're going to want to take off your airbox hose, and then you've got a couple of vacuums that go on back here toward the back. Looks like 3 of them. Looks like 7 10mm bolts straight down the middle. Should loosen up the top of the intake manifold. And then you have a couple of brackets down here that look like they take a 10mm nut and push up on it too. Alright, now after you pull off your intake, you're pretty much going to have everything right here in your face. I mean, your fuel rail's right here. We're going to be working on the number 1 plug. That's the whole reason we're down here. We have a misfire on cylinder 1. Upon pulling off the intake, I decided to go ahead and pull out the spark plug, and this one here looks, if I can get it to focus in on it, I mean, it's pretty burnt up. It ain't gonna let me focus. But yeah, we're probably gonna end up putting spark plugs in it too, but I'm gonna change the fuel injector on this one too as well. Better to do it now while it's all taken apart and have to take it apart again. Alright, we finally got the spark plugs changed out and got them all put back in, and removed the fuel rail. You're going to want to remove the 13mm bolts. There's 4 of them. You'll just pull your fuel rail up after that, and then pull the top clip and unplug it and swap them out. Relatively straightforward and simple, not very difficult. Probably go ahead and switch out this intake gasket on the intake, and then give this here a shot on putting this puppy back together. Alright, go ahead and flip your intake over, and then get you a hook, and then you can go ahead and pull this here out, get your old one out. A little worn out. Go ahead and pull out your new one. I actually got an upper and a lower, and I only needed an upper. Go ahead and slide that up there and kind of line it up. Kind of just push them down just a little bit all the way around. Seat it in. Once you get that there, seat it in. I would suggest changing your ring on your EGR valve. Get your new gasket here. Slide that up on there. I'll push it as far back there as you can. I'm going to leave it just a little bit out so that way that I can push it up into it. We'll go ahead and pull these Kleenex or these rags out of the intake. But I'm going to go around them real good and try to clean them up. That way it has a good clean surface to go up against the new gasket. Alright, I think I got it all back together now. When you're torquing these here down on the top, on these 7 bolts, you're going to want to torque them down to 9 foot-pounds. That's what the specification for it is. And then just go around and make sure that you got everything plugged in again. Don't forget to do your throttle body. Make sure your EGR valve and all of that back in there is all looking like it's all pushed up on there real good and tight. And then, yeah, go ahead and clear your codes and you're good to go.